We are finally back in the Nascar NAHWCS Cup Series with Season 2 with the Daytona 500. Last time we were in a points-paying race, it was Jimmie Johnson who won the championship in Homestead, Miami, Florida. And today it is the Daytona 500, the first race of 18 races this season. Who will be your Daytona 500 winner? Now let's take a look at your Pro Gear Tire drivers to watch for today's Daytona 500. Austin Dillon is your Daytona 500 pole sitter and has had a really good Speedweeks this week. He was second in the clash and then he was fourth in Duel 1, and he's hoping for a good result today. Could he possibly get his second win of his career? The fastest car probably this week has been Daniel Hemric. He starts second today in the 500. He was the winner of Duel number 2. He has experience in the Super Speedways after winning at Talladega last season. He's had one of the fastest cars. Can he possibly use that speed to get him his second win of his career as well? A guy who hasn't won in the NASCAR NAHWCS Cup Series is Joey Logano. He starts third in the Daytona 500 after winning Duel number 1 by moving Denny Hamlin out of the way to take the win. He's hoping to get his first win today in the 500. We couldn't forget talking about your reigning Daytona 500 champion, Brad Keselowski. He starts fourth today and is looking to go back-to-back in the Daytona 500. Keselowski has said this isn't his best Super Speedway car, as he's hoping that the team has dialed in a little bit more speed for today's running of the Daytona 500. And finally, your reigning champ, Jimmie Johnson. He hasn't had a really fast car this Speedweeks, as the reigning champion starts 19th today, but he's hoping that this car is fast and he's hoping to work his way to the front and try to get a chance at a win. Now let's take a look at your GoPro on-track car for the Daytona International Speedway. So it's, again, you've seen it before. It's all it is that down the 6-lane speedway, then down a long straightaway where there'll be a lot of bump drafting and pushing for the win. Now let's head trackside for the command to fire engines.
Here to deliver the most famous words in motorsports for the 61st annual Daytona 500, please welcome our Grand Marshal, 3-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year, Houston Texans defensive end, J.J. Watt. Drivers, start your engines!
The engines have been fired, and we are ready to go racing for the first race of season number 2. Your pace car driver today is CST31 Racing Network. He is driving in the Dodge Charger Daytona, a fitting car for today's race. Before the cars take the green flag, let's take a look at some of your race facts. There will be 4 laps per segment of the race. There will be 32 cars competing today. There are 4 cars driving to the rear, the 14 car of Clint Boyer and the 8 car of Tyler Reddick for failing inspection. The 01 had an engine change and the 16 had an unapproved adjustments. And as we said earlier, this is the first race of the season number 2. Here it is, your segment 1. In row 1, you got your Daytona 500 pole sitter, Austin Dillon, and then the 10 car of Eric Almirola. Row 2, the 42 car, Matt Kenseth, and the 9 car of Chase Elliott. In row 3, you got the 28 of Joseph West and the 8 car of Tyler Reddick, who failed inspection. Then rounding out the field, 2 cars who made adjustments. It is Justin Haley in the 16 and the 01 of Kyle Larson, who both are starting in the back. Kyle Larson is going to win the stage from the rear of the field, as we'll take a look at this from the replay. Lap 1, Austin Dillon gets a great run as he gets a push from Matt Kenseth, and that would put him in the lead. Then lap number 2. Then it looked like another good push that Kenseth gave to Dillon, and that gave him, but then all of a sudden Kenseth goes into the wall, and that allows Reddick and Kyle Larson to get around. Then lap 3. The RCR teammates, Tyler Reddick and Dillon. Then Dillon tries to block high on Reddick, but all of a sudden the 01 of Larson makes a nice pass and is leading the field. Then lap 4, the RCR teammates on the outside with a lot of good pushing from the inside. As you see there, Almirola gave a great push to Kyle Larson, and Kyle Larson will take the segment win and get a playoff point. Kyle Larson first will move on to the final stage. Dillon second, Almirola third, Kenseth in fourth, Chase Elliott in fifth, Tyler Reddick sixth, Joseph West seventh, and Justin Haley in eighth. Now we move on to segment number 2. In row 1, you got your outside pole sitter, Daniel Hemric, and the 12 car of Ryan Blaney. In row 2, you got the 24 car, William Byron, and the 81 car of Eddie Gallagher. Row 3, you got the 35 car of Daniel Suarez, and the 08 car of Paul Menard making his final start. Then rounding out the field, in the 20 car, it is Eric Jones, and then the 14 car is Clint Bowyer, who failed inspection and had to start from the rear. Daniel Hemric's easily going to take segment number 2 after pretty much dominating. Although here was the replay. Lap 1, Hemric gets off to a good start and has a little bit of a push from Byron. That gives him the lead. Then lap 2, and he's going to get pushed from William Byron. But Blaney stays side by side until a great push from Willie B gives him a chance. Then there comes Clint Bowyer working his way from the back on lap number 3. This time it was a great jump for Blaney, but Hemric was able to storm right back and take lap number 3. Then heading to lap number 4, it is going to be Hemric, Blaney leading with Bowyer pushing Hemric as Blaney gets the jump first, but then all of a sudden Hemric and Bowyer take off. And then look at Daniel Suarez making it 3 wide at the end, and I think Daniel Suarez is going to take second. We'll take a look at the replay here from the finish line cam. It's going to be close, as here they come down the track. It was definitely Hemric who won, and yes it is. Suarez is going to edge out Clint Bowyer and Ryan Blaney for the second spot. That was a great job by Hemric to take the segment win. Hemric is going to finish first, Suarez second, Clint Bowyer third, Ryan Blaney in fourth, Paul Menard fifth, William Byron sixth, Eric Jones in seventh, and then Eddie Gallagher in eighth. Now we move on to segment number 3. In row 1, you got your Daytona Duel 1 winner, Joey Logano, and the 43 car of Bubba Wallace. In row 2, you got the 88 car of Alex Bowman, and the 6 car of Ryan Newman. Row 3, your defending champion, Jimmy Johnson, and the 4 car of Kevin Harvick. Then rounding the field, 2 Toyotas, the 19 of Martin Truex Jr., and the 95 of Christopher Bell, who will take home the win in segment number 3. A great run for Kevin Harvick allows him to take the segment win, his first of the Nascar NAHWCS career. So take a look at the replay. Lap 1, Logano was able to outrun Bubba Wallace for lap 1. Then lap 2, another good push from Logano, but then on the outside lane, Harvick gets a great push to Bubba Wallace that sends Bubba Wallace to the lead. Then heading to lap number 3, Bubba's going to get a push from Newman while Logano gets a push from Harvick. Harvick gets a great push to Logano, and it looks like Bubba Wallace might have clipped Logano, and that allows Harvick to sneak on by to take the lead. And lap 4, Logano and Newman get off to the best start at first, but then Harvick charges back and will end up taking the segment win to win the segment. Great job by Harvick to get that win. Harvick's going to finish first, Logano second, Newman in third, Bubba Wallace in fourth, Jimmy Johnson struggling in fifth, Alex Bowman sixth, Christopher Bell in seventh, and then Martin Truex Jr. going to round out in eighth. Now we move to the final segment of the day, segment number 4. In row 1, your reigning Daytona 500 champion, it is Brad Keselowski. To his outside, it is Denny Hamlin. In row 2, in the 17 car, it is Chris Buescher, and in the 21 car, it's Matt Benedetto. Row 3, got a rookie. In the 41 car, it is Cole Custer. Then in the 37 car, it is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Then rounding out the field are the Busch brothers, Kurt Busch in the 1 car, and then Kyle Busch in the 18 car. Brad Keselowski takes home segment number 4, the final segment of the day. As we take a look at the replay here. Lap 1, he gets a great push from Chris Buescher that allows him to take lap number 1. Then lap 2, things go a little bit different here. With Keselowski gets a great push from Hamlin. Then he gets a little loose. He's able to hold the lead, and Hamlin's able to take second from Buescher. Lap 3, Hamlin gets a great push from Cole Custer, and that allows Hamlin and Custer to pass for the lead, with Keselowski falling to row 2. Then lap 4, here it is. A good start for Cole Custer and Kurt Busch. But then Hamlin charges back, and then all of a sudden Keselowski moves Hamlin a little bit, and Keselowski sneaks underneath to take the win, as Keselowski does a great job. Keselowski's going to finish first, Hamlin second, Cole Custer finishes third, Kurt Busch in fourth, Chris Buescher are going to finish fifth, Matt DiBenedetto in sixth, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. seventh, and then Kyle Busch in eighth. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll be right back with the remainder of the race. Welcome back. We now move to the Consolation Race, which was formerly known as the 4th and 5th race. As we got the cars who finished 4th and 5th, plus the highest 2 qualifiers who didn't finish 4th and 5th. In row 1, you got the 43 car of Bubba Wallace and the 42 car of Matt Kenseth. Row 2, the 12 car of Ryan Blaney, 1 car of Kurt Busch. Row 3, 17 car Chris Buescher, then Jimmy Johnson. Row 4, Chase Elliott and Paul Menard. Then rounding the field, the 2 highest qualifiers who didn't finish top 4 and 5. It is Alex Bowman and Matt DiBenedetto. The top 2 cars will move to the Challenger race. Kurt Busch and Jimmy Johnson will be the 2 cars moving to the Challenger race as we take a look at the replay of the Consolation race. Lap 1, Kenseth is gives a great push from his teammate Kurt Busch, and that allows him to have the lead entering lap 1. Lap 2, again, Kenseth, this time he's going to get a push from Blaney, and Kenseth tries to take the lead, but Bubba Wallace is able to extend the lead and gets the lead the lap. Then heading to lap 3 again, Bubba Wallace is going to lead with Blaney and Johnson still in the second row. Bubba gets a great push from Blaney. Then Blaney moves him out of the way, and that allows Johnson and Kurt Busch to sneak on by for second and third. Actually, that's going to allow Kurt Busch to be in fourth, but look at that jump from the outside line got. Jimmy gets a good run. He blocks Blaney, and that allows Kurt Busch and Matt Kenseth to get around, but Kenseth was not able to get around Johnson, so Kurt Busch and Jimmy Johnson will move on to the Challenger race. Kurt Busch first, Jimmy Johnson second, Kenseth in third, Bubba Wallace fourth, Chris Buescher in fifth, Ryan Blaney sixth, Paul Menard seventh, Matt DiBenedetto eighth, Chase Elliott ninth, and then Alex Bowman in 10th. Now we move to the Challenger race, which was formerly the 2nd and 3rd race. In row 1, you got the 3 car of Austin Dillon and the 22 car of Joey Logano. Row 2, the 11 car of Denny Hamlin and the 35 car of Daniel Suarez. Row 3, 14 car of Clint Bowyer and the 10 car of Eric Almirola. Row 4, the 6 car of Ryan Newman and the 41 car of Cole Custer. Then in the 5th row, you got the 2 cars who managed to work their way through the Consolation race, Kurt Busch and Jimmy Johnson. Top 4 will join the segment winners in the final stage. Austin Dillon's able to win this Challenger race and will be one of the 4 cars moving on to the final stage. Lap 1, he gets a great push from Denny Hamlin. That allows Hamlin to move to second while Dillon holds the lead. Heading to lap number 2, Dillon's going to get a push from Logano. Doesn't get a good one until they hit the fat track, as Bowyer also gave a great push to Hamlin. Not enough to have the lead though. Then Dillon heading to lap 3. As here we go. Dillon gets a great push from Logano. That allows him to get some air. He cuts off Hamlin. That slows Hamlin down and allows Joey Logano to take the lead. Now heading to lap 4. This was very interesting how I was expecting Hamlin to make a move on Logano like he did in the duel, but he doesn't happen, and Hamlin is able to capture the last spot. Dillon was able to get first, Logano second, Ryan Newman sneaks in there for third, Hamlin's going to finish 4th, Clint Boyer 5th, Cole Custer in 6th, Daniel Suarez 7th, Eric Almirola in 8th, and then you got Jimmy Johnson 9th, and then Kurt Busch in 10th. Now we move to the final stage. In row 1, you got the 31 car of Daniel Hemric and the 2 car of Brad Keselowski. Row 2, the 4 car of Kevin Harvick and the 1 car of Kyle Larson. Row 3, the 3 car of Austin Dillon and the 22 car of Joey Logano. Then in row 4, it is the 6 car of Ryan Newman and the 11 car of Denny Hamlin, who will win the Daytona 500 and punch their ticket into the playoffs. Daniel Hemric will take his second career win in the Nascar NAHWCS Cup Series by winning the Daytona 500. Take a look at the replay here. Lap 1, Hemric led most of the way and leading that lap, but then Larson sneaks on by to take second. Larson had a fast car this race and ended up finishing third. Lap 2, Hemric again, a great jump as Brad Keselowski tries to track him down, but he cannot end up catching him. So heading to lap 3, Hemric's going to get a good push, not yet, but he gets a great push here. That allows Larson to move back to second. Then heading to the final lap, it's going to be Hemric and Larson. Larson gets a great push from Hamlin, but then all of a sudden, Hemric just gets a great push from the inside line, and that allows Hemric to win the Daytona 500 and get his second career win. Daniel Hemric first, Brad Keselowski second, Kyle Larson 3rd, Kevin Harvick 4th, Denny Hamlin 5th, Austin Dillon 6th, Ryan Newman 7th, and Joey Logano in 8th. So now it's time for your Danny's Donut Shop's victory celebration as Daniel Hemric's going to burn it down here at the Daytona International Speedway. Daniel Hemric celebrates in victory lane as he gets his second career win in the Nascar NAHWCS Cup Series in the Daytona 500. His team prepared him a very fast car, and he made the most of it after winning Duel 1, or winning Duel 2, and winning the Daytona 500. Now let's take a look at your finishing results. Hemric first, your reigning Daytona 500 champion. Brad Keselowski finishes second. Kyle Larson gets Summit City Racing their best performance in their career. Other notable finishes, Austin Dillon 6th. Cole Custer, rookie, finished 10th. Daniel Suarez in the North Star 35 finishes 11th. Jimmy Johnson finishes 13th. Paul Menard in his final start is going to finish 19th, and a great performance for him. As now we move to your 21st through 32nd. Chase, the Hemric guys really struggle, not finishing inside, only one finishing inside the top 20 with Jimmy Johnson. Reddick kind of struggled, Stenhouse also, and then some Justin Haley. Finished 29th. He was an open driver and worked his way in, but the 2 Gibbs cars in the back, Martin Truex Jr. and Kyle Busch, finished in the last position. Now here are your point standings. Daniel Hemric, of course, now is locked into the playoffs with his win here today. Keselowski is going to be the next driver up. He holds an 18-point lead over Matt Kenseth in that 13th spot. But again, it's really early on in the season, and not much is going to be known until we hit around race 6 or so. So now Daniel Hemric, your Daytona 500 champion, and the next race we head to is the Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the Pennzoil 400, as we're hopefully these drivers can make a better result, or can Daniel Hemric win his second race. I'm A North, signing off.